Today's video, we're going to talk about PMax for lead generation campaigns now offers a better cost per lead than regular old search campaigns, of which you probably would have never heard me say this exact thing. No, I'm not sick and I'm not high. This is going to happen for you almost for sure in whatever market that you're in, but with the downside that it is highly volatile when you use PMax for lead generation. I'm going to talk about how volatile it is, as well as how profitable it is, how many more leads you're going to get, which it doesn't have to be an either or thing. You can run search and PMax at the same time to get leads for your company. In fact, I 100% recommend you do. That said, your cost per lead on PMax is typically going to be less if you go through the formula that I'm going to go through on this video, which is very important. It has to be done my way. I'm not just doing that because I'm an authoritative person here with a big ego. I'm telling you this because it's the only way that it works. If you do it, lead cost is super good. It's going to add you extra leads if you can stomach the volatility. So, of which isn't going to last forever, but it's going to last for a long time. Maybe you don't like instability in your business and you'll just stay away from it, at least at first, or until you're in a place where you can handle a little volatility. Regardless of the situation, that's what it is. And for the most part, I know most people value getting more leads and stability in those leads both at the same time. So therefore, what you probably want to do is do search campaigns at the beginning and then add in your PMax campaigns alongside your search campaigns once your search campaigns are up and going, so you have a little bit of both. Nevertheless, already search campaigns, you could get 2 leads today and 7 leads tomorrow, and this happens quite often. As when you look at things on a monthly basis, things are going to be fairly stable, and certainly on a quarterly basis, and especially when you compare one quarter to the same quarter the previous year. When you add in PMax to the mix, it adds a whole different level of uncertainty with things. Therefore, 90+% of the time, if you've got half a brain, you're going to want to do PMax with search still, which you may say, well, don't they conflict? Yes, they do. But if you want the upside of the PMax, driving yourself crazy about, is leads going to come in? Where's the leads at? Well, where's the leads? That's, part of the downside. There's always pros and cons to every strategy you do, of which this is the best of both worlds with very little downside. So I've railed against PMax for lead gen for a very long time to generate leads. I've mentioned PMax as a godsend for running shopping campaigns or shopping placements, of which you use a famous, what we call feed-only setup, where you just upload your product feed to your PMax campaign. You don't have any headlines, images, none of that. Just the product feed, which gets you basically in the shopping placements by itself, not exclusively, but mostly, and works better than regular standalone standard shopping campaigns because it has added machine learning built within the campaign, which gets you extra results, more leads, better ROI, and it's therefore worth it to do it that way, even though it's going to get you some placements on the display network still and stuff. The downside is well made up for by the upside that you're going to get in terms of ad and revenue and so forth. And I've said then with that for years, don't use PMax for lead gen because of how wild it runs. It is like redheaded stepchild that you have that you cannot control, the teenager who's on drugs, you don't know what to do, it's running all over the place, and you're really sitting there scratching your head what to do. PMax is going to do its own thing, and if you've unleashed it, knowing what it's going to do, you really cannot complain. It's baked into the cake. That's a part of the system, at least at first. Whole reason, as I mentioned on this channel before, as to why PMax even exists in the first place is to allow people that want instant fucking results to get instant results, at least as far as I can start up an ad account in literally 5 minutes and start spending money so that people that are ultra lazy can still run a Google Ads campaign. The real reason is, though, overwhelmingly, is that through this tapping into the slothfulness of the advertiser, they can get you to run your ads on placements that if they told you straight up, we want you to run your ad on weather.com, people would be like, whoa, hell no. I don't want that. They can get them to buy into it. And they're not lying to them outright. They just bury it in a fucking fine print. Your ad's going to run on weather.com. And then they get the average Joe Schmo business owner who doesn't know anything nor wants to know anything. They just want life to be simple, right? They're going to be able to sell them that junk traffic or low quality traffic or traffic that isn't very much in demand so they can bid it up in cost and make more money from the placements they do have to sell by tapping into the slothfulness of the advertiser. Now, PMax has been around around long enough that Google's had plenty of time to beef up their machine learning algorithms that would take the hot mess of headlines and all this that the average business owner gives it and find out how to make it work still. They've gotten to this level with it. It's been several years. They've had a chance to tweak their algorithms, which they've done a really good job with. With Google Ads, you can have the shittiest campaigns, notoriously. And if you have some even halfway decent conversion tracking or none at all even, their system will figure out how to make something of it and get you customers. I've seen it many, many times. So PMax actually runs halfway decently, even with having no idea how to set it up, at least with PMax if you have some decent tracking. If you don't have decent tracking, still all bets are off. It's gonna run all over the place. It's gonna be heavy placements that you don't want, and you aren't gonna get what you want. If you have half-ass good tracking, that is you're tracking form fills, phone calls, it's still gonna go all over the place and you're not gonna get what you want. However, if you have excellent tracking, it can run a decent campaign for you. Not just decent, but better even, as per what I've seen, than search campaigns can now. So do you wanna use it? Yes, you do, as long as you understand, the warning label on this thing, which is it can run very, very sporadically. And this goes using PMax for e-commerce too. That is, the drawback of the super high sales you can get with it, your results are going to go up and down and up and down. And for that matter, it's mainly, in my mind, I've derived that the reason why they're doing this is they're juicing their customers. So quarterly revenue estimates are coming out. They have to do the reporting for investors, and they got to come out with money somewhere. Like you watch the Enron movie, Smartest Guys in the Room, you'll see how this kind of goes down like every quarter. Like, oh shit, Tom, where are we going to be able to come up with revenue here? It says that we made a loss this quarter. The investors are going to be fucking pissed. What are we going to do? And then they'll find a creative way to shift up around the numbers and whatnot, and poof, magically, they're making a profit for the quarter, and then they get their huge bonus or whatever. So Google is going to do the same thing. How are we going to make the quarter revenue come up this quarter? In good times, they don't have to do shit, really. It just, the economy is growing. And if it's not growing, or in general, they just haven't made their system more efficient, because still, at the end of the day, there's only so many customers using the platform. You can't manufacture that, or any more, if you will, for the most part. They're going to need to get more revenue, and a lot of times under the gun. So what can they do? They can take all the PMax advertisers and they can juice them up with a bunch of display placements that may not work, but because they did it all right away, right before the quarterly estimate reporting, they made the revenue look really good. So I think that's a big part of where exactly the volatility comes from, personally, because it doesn't make any sense. We've had situations with PMax that all of a sudden the cost per click goes from like $2-3 down to 19 cents for a day or two, and it just out of fucking nowhere, and then it goes back to where it was. What the hell is that? And I don't know what to tell our clients. What am I supposed to tell them? If I tell them like confidently what I think it is, I'm lying to them, because how am I going to possibly know for sure what that is? And if I don't tell them anything, now it just looks like I'm not trying. That's what makes this difficult, this job of being a PPC manager, so difficult. If you don't or haven't tried it, you better know how to deal with people. But yeah, I mean, this is the type of shit that happens with PMax. And they're going to, as a result of, so in summary, they're going to mix up the quality of the traffic based upon not just what converts for you, but what they have to talk and peddle that day or that week, or what have you. And ideally for them, they're going to pick different people to do it to at different times, so that people don't really catch on, if you will. Because think about it. If you were making great money from Google, or so you think, and then all of a sudden for 3 days, your results go to 0, and then they come back, you're probably just going to chalk it up as, oh, that was just bad luck. When really they just took a 3-day big wet bite out of your ass. But they know people don't look into things very much or very well. And they're certainly, even if they did, they're not going to just stop advertising on Google. So therefore, they go that approach versus taking a 10% slice out of everybody's ass, if you will. Seems logical to me. Anyway, with all these games that they can potentially play with, anytime you're giving Google more leeway, you're opening yourself up to be a victim of these situations where they got to maybe juice their revenues, whatever. So you always got to be aware of that. Of which, by the way, you can manage that and become a non-target and let somebody else become a more attractive target by having good tracking and knowing your targets and what you need to pay for a lead where you're profitable enough, and you don't set the targets under that, so that even if it screws around with you a little bit, it knows if it gets you less than the cost per qualified lead that you want, you're going to go elsewhere, or you're not going to advertise anymore. And they know that, so they're going to pick somebody without tracking to screw with. While Google still is going to send junk traffic to you, because that was the reason for PMax to begin with here. You can keep this under control by putting good tracking systems in place, like I just mentioned, specifically offline tracking systems, tracking qualified leads, converted leads, at least. Ideally going further than this, depending on how complex your sales process is. If you have a longer sales process, forget about tracking 2 steps, track 3 steps, 4 steps, 5 steps. For example, you could track, did you contact the user? Do you know it was a real person on the other end of the lead form? Did they set an appointment? Did they show up for the appointment? During the appointment, did they look like they were a qualified prospect? Did they get a contract? Then another lead goal set could track whether they signed or not. Each one providing extra level data to the algorithm to optimize with, which gets you more data sooner if you track all those steps versus just 1 or 2. But at the minimum, you would want to track qualified leads and converted leads. And most importantly, categorize the goals that track each one of these things as such in the conversions menu. So there's literally a way to categorize a goal so you can tell the system what this goal represents, one of which is literally qualified leads, one of which is literally called converted leads. And they know what those are. So if you set up a goal for each one of these and you categorize it as such, now your PMax campaign, particularly when you set up a target CPA to reach or to go for, the campaign can basically forced to be efficient and work to mostly your benefit versus against you. Then you are set up for success to use PMax and get more out of it than it costs, or more out of it than a search campaign provides you out of the box, or if you will, set up really well like I talk about on this channel. So, and if you track extra goals, you can get extra results, and I would recommend that as well. But that said, while the added machine learning PMax will get you more results than a search campaign, is more unrestrained because of the potential levers and switches in there, not only you can't control, but that are built within it. That is, it literally, they tell you this is a campaign that's not a search campaign. It's a campaign that does everything. You can run ads on display network, on YouTube, all the rest of it. So you got to know when you're giving it permission to do this, of course, your results have to be more volatile, given that these other placements on other websites don't convert at the same rate and aren't the same quality of user than on Google search. This is obvious. So if you're going to go down this road of using PMax for lead generation, you should know, because of these added variables that regular search campaigns don't have, it's obviously going to fluctuate your results day to day more, week to week more, month to month more, even though the potential is greater long term. But from what I've seen, it's going to take months, if not years, of running that PMax campaign before it runs consistently, even with the right tracking, to where the leads coming in are going to come in and they're going to be solid and consistent. Not just front-end leads, that is somebody who fills out the damn form, but somebody who's qualified who filled out the form. And that being, you bring in a consistent amount of them every day and the quality is consistent. So is it worth it to do it? Well, that's up to you. What I'm telling you is, by this case study I'm going to share, it is worth it. But like I said at the start of this video, you may want to consider holding off on it. Run the search campaign, because that's going to get you an ultra campaign much sooner than running a PMax would. And then when you kind of hit a roadblock with that, plateau your results, then you can add in a PMax on a small scale basis on the side until it's profitable. Then you can start scaling the budget up on that. And now you got more out of Google than you could have got otherwise. So a much cheaper lead cost overall and more leads overall. That's the thing. I have a case study I wanted to share with you here in the remodeling space. Before I do, that shows you the potential of this strategy. If you haven't subscribed yet, you should. I got the best information you're going to find online about how to make money with ads, step by step, from a 20-year ad industry veteran. You can also reach out through my site. I have a blog that I keep up there at guaranteedppc.com/blog. You should check that out as well. By the way, if you have any questions for me about any PPC related topic, you can always leave me a comment below. I get back to everybody who leaves me a question through the comment section. You can also, of course, reach out to me through my Discord. I also keep up everything there on my Discord. Link to the Discord is in the video description. You can also reach out to me, of course, though, through my site at guaranteedppc.com, where I offer coaching and consulting, done for you management of ads on a guaranteed basis, which is our signature offer. That is, you don't pay unless we raise your profit a certain minimum amount up front, as well as we sell ad templates, of which are from hundreds of markets. If we've been in a market and you're not in the same city or country that we're in with our client, you can use this template that works in one city and yours and get turnkey results with it, of which we can literally tell you the results you're going to get with it up front. It would save you all the time and effort figuring out what we had to figure out over years of what works best in that market. So with that said, the remodeling company. So if you want to know what the potential of this is, we ran a search campaign, then we ran a PMax campaign, like we were mentioning, with qualified lead tracking, converted lead tracking. Now, what I've got here demonstrated is our total conversions monthly versus cost per qualified lead. Not just cost per lead, but qualified lead, which actually obviously is the only thing that matters, particularly when you're talking about PMax, because it'll drive a metric ton of shit leads. Whether they're qualified or not is another matter, which is what keeps people away from PMax, is it shits out all these crappy leads, but they're so cheap. If you were to just look at the actual data on the cost per qualified level, you would actually reconsider it. So with this, what I pulled out of the account here just now was we got 14 leads from our search campaigns in this market and 19 leads from just PMax. So we actually got more from PMax in our search campaign. And this is after running the search campaigns for about 18 months and the PMax for around 6 months, of which cost per qualified on our search campaigns is $411, which is a little high, but not too bad. Our PMax $189, super low. Is the quality as good? It seems like it. I haven't really done a ROI analysis on this yet. I need to, but already it looks really good. It looks pretty much like the same quality, everything is the same. When we say qualified leads, these are people that we actually schedule an appointment with. It at least got to that level. So that said, this is why you want to do this. You're going to get more ROI from a PMax campaign now than a search campaign if you have all the right tracking done and you give it time to kind of get mature. That said, this client does not regularly come back. Why are we getting, all these shitty leads? Why are we getting not enough leads? This has been said to me in a 6-month period several times. And I keep repeating myself because it seems like the message is not hitting home that PMax is going to be volatile for a while, potentially years before it really runs stable. If you have the right system set up, the right tracking set up, it'll get stable, just not for a long time. And if you can't handle that, don't like it, don't like servicing, answering leads, that it's just air, there's no one home, then don't do it. My suggestion would be to do it and just be a man and sift through the damn leads like a man. That's up to you. The ROI is better on PMax, cost per qualified is better. Looking at the revenue data, I believe the cost per the ROAS is similar on these here on an overall basis, but the cost per qualified is less. I think if you looked at the data over a long enough period of time, the ROAS itself is going to be better on PMax, but that shows you like more of a head-on, given that, of course, the qualified lead, depending on how the lead's handled, closing rate can vary, and I wanted to take that element out of the analysis here. Our job is to make sure at least they're a qualified lead. But that shows you what the potential of this strategy is, this hybrid strategy, PMax and search. Do you want to do it? That's up to you, but that is everything I wanted to cover today. Things have changed with PMax. I know people have been telling me it's actually great, and I wanted to see for myself how this works. I saw clients using it coming through that are having me audit their accounts, and I started trying it for myself, and yes, it does work. If you're going to give it time and you're going to set up the tracking right and be very militant about the tracking data and make sure it's scored properly and imported properly and predictably and on a schedule and everything, it can actually pay off really well. So with that said, wrap it up with that. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. If you want to see another video, click here. It is one of my best ones.